Hey everyone, if you're looking to boost your Fortnite gameplay with smoother FPS and sharper visuals, you're in the right place. I'm going to walk you through all the settings I use, from game settings to graphics and keybinds, so you can get that competitive edge. I'm also going to be showing you guys a few clips I've hit on these settings, so without further ado, let's dive in and unlock your full potential together. Let's go!
Like, you can't get in it, you just get it on the edge.
Alright guys, now for the settings. So for window mode, I've got that on windowed full screen, but you're actually gonna want to have that on full screen because it gives you the least amount of input delay. So you're gonna want to have it on this. I've actually got mine on window full screen right now because I'm using OBS, so I don't have to keep on tabbing out every time I switch screens. For my resolution, I've got that on 1080p 1920x1080, which is native. For my VSync, I've got that on off. Having this on will actually destroy your FPS, guys, so please do not have that on. My frame rate limit, I've got that on 200 FPS because I have a 180Hz monitor, so I'm going to want to see all of the frames I get. For my rendering mode, I've got mine on legacy performance, guys, but that's because I actually have a lower end PC, guys, and it's actually recommended that if you have a lower end PC, you should use the old performance mode as it focuses more on DX11. But if you guys have like a mid to high end PC, I recommend you use this performance mode right here, guys, because it focuses more on DX12, which is better for higher end systems. But I'm just going to keep mine on the older one. Okay, moving on. So for my graphics settings, guys, I've got my brightness on 100%, my user interface contrast 1x, my colorblind mode, I've got that on off, my colorblind strength, I've got that on 0. If you guys actually do want colorblind settings, I've heard that these ones are good, the ones I'm about to put on for you guys right now. Try to note 5, guys. Try to note 5, I've heard that this one is a really good one. You can see the guns here, this is how it looks like. Try note 5 is a good one, guys, if you want to actually use a colorblind mode, but for me, I'm just gonna keep mine off because I'm simple. Now for my 3D res, I've got it on 100%. My dynamic 3D resolution, I've got that on off. My view distance, I've got that on near. Textures low, meshes low. I just keep all of mine on low just to maximize my FPS. The only one I can hear putting up like a bit higher is view distance, just so you can be more aware and you can like see build fights from further away and you can see like guns from further away as well. But moving on here, guys, advanced graphics, my short FPS is on, my latency markers are off. My Nvidia reflex low latency is actually off, guys, but it's actually recommended you have it on or on plus boost. I've just kept mine off, guys, because honestly, when I have my reflex low latency on, guys, it just feels a bit weird for my game. It feels clunky, it just feels different. I don't know what it is, but so I just keep mine off, but it's actually recommended you have it on or on plus boost. Now let's move on. Here are my sound settings, guys. These ones don't really matter, it's just personal preference, doesn't really change anything. My sound quality, have that on low, guys. There's not really much difference between the low and the high audio quality, guys, apart from the fact that having it on high decreases your performance. 3D headphones, got on off. Now for visualized sound effects, guys, you're gonna want to make sure you've got that on, guys, because having this on will make you much more aware during games. You're gonna want to make sure you leave that on, guys. Let's move on here. So for my voice chat settings, guys, I've got my I don't even know why I'm trying to describe this, guys. This really is just however you have it. If you guys want to copy it, go ahead. Alright, so for my game settings, guys, yes, I play on EU if you couldn't tell already. My movement, I've got my toggle sprints on, auto open doors on, mantle activation hold jump, and my hurdle activation is press jump. For my combat settings, guys, hold to swap pickup, I've got that on, toggle targeting off, mark danger when targeting on, auto pick up weapons off, swap fire buttons for pump and dump, I've got that on. Guys, this setting doesn't really matter much anymore because the pump and dump is not even in the game anymore. My preferred item slots, this is how I have my loadout rearranged. If you guys want to copy that, go ahead, but again, this is personal preference. Moving on, my building reset building choice, I've got that on off. My turbo building, I've got that on. my editing, my simple edit, I've got on off. I don't know why you guys would have that on. The only way I can, like, you know, understand why you have it on is if you're new to the game. If you're new to the game, I recommend you have it on because you can actually like have a feel of what the edits do in Fortnite, how like the editing works, the different edits you can do. If you're in that case, then I recommend you have it on, but if not, then just leave it off, guys. Disable pre-edit option, I've got that on. If you guys actually do want to have your pre-edits on though, turn this setting off. Honestly, I can't understand if you have it off because pre-edits are actually quite important, especially if you play competitive. They can actually allow you to do some really good plays. My auto-confirm edits, I've got that on both. Contextual tips on or off doesn't really matter. I might just turn it off right now actually. No, I'll just leave it on, why not? My extra game options, turbo delete in creative mode, turn that on, guys. It helps a lot, especially if you make maps. My NVIDIA highlights, I've got that off. Peripheral lighting off. You guys, please do not turn these settings on, guys. They do decrease your performance and they increase your input delay. Tap to search interact, I've got that on. Minimum and maximum FOV 70 and 105 degrees. This is just your FOV when you're like tag sprinting or something, guys. Like, it doesn't really matter, to be fair. I think it's default. My replays, my record replays, all of them, guys, leave it off. Take all of it off. All of it, please take all of them off, bro. Like, I can't emphasize it enough, guys. Like, just turn it off. Like, guys, when you have this setting on, you will literally be missing out on so much FPS. Like, if you've got it on, I don't know what you're doing. The only reason I can understand if you have it on is if like you play competitive and you need to like VOD review your games. If you need to VOD review your games, then yes, I recommend you turn it on. If you have a nicer PC as well, heck, do what you want. Turn it on, I don't care. But if you're someone like me who needs every bit of performance that they can get to actually have an enjoyable experience to play this game, turn these settings off, please. That goes the same for energy saving, guys. Turn all of it off, as I know to decrease performance as well. Moving on, these are my game UI settings. If you guys want to copy it, go ahead. My HUD scale is on 60%. That's because I don't like too much, you know, like let's say I've gone on 100% and there's just guns are taking up all this part of my screen. The map is just everywhere, bro. So I leave it on 60% just so I can see more of the game and be more aware, while also seeing my guns and it looks clean and nice. 60% is a really good place to have your HUD scale. Between 60 and 70 to 75%, those are good sweet spots for your HUD scale. Anything higher, anything lower, the game just looks weird. Alright, moving on. Net debug stats, I've got it on. And yeah, you guys want to make sure you have that on so you can see your ping and whatnot. But yeah, let's go. Let's move on. These are just controller settings, guys. My gyro options, these are just controller settings, guys. I don't really use controller too much. If you guys want to copy it, go ahead. Now for my sensitivity, that's where it gets important and interesting. For invert, all of these invert settings, guys, please turn it off. If you use them, then fair enough. Like, I've literally never known anybody, and I've played this game for years, I've never known anybody that has these settings on. If you do, fair play, honestly, fair play. Okay, for my X and Y axis sensitivity, guys, I've got them both on 7%, and yes, I use 1600 DPI and I use a Razer Cobra mouse, as you can see here. I use a Razer Cobra. My targeting sense, guys, 39.6%. My scope sensitivity 55%, my building sensitivity 200%, editing sensitivity 200%, first person mode 100%. Now for zoom scaling, I've got that on legacy. No controller input, got that on off. Lock input method is mouse, guys, you want to have this on. Pretty important if you're playing keyboard and mouse like me. Now for my keyboard movement, use custom diagonals, I've got that on. Forward diagonal angle, I've got that on 76. Strafe angle 90. Backward diagonal angle 135. Guys, movement is very important, and I feel like these double movement settings, they do me a lot of justice. They have done me very well. They've done me grace to this day. So I recommend you use these settings. Tell me how they feel. Tell me how your movement feels after you use these settings in the comment section down below. If you guys want to copy these touchpad, mouse, flight, tank settings, you can, but they're not really important, so it's up to you. Moving on to the keybinds. Movement, of course, WASD. My control is on, my crouch is on control. My sprint is on left shift. My jump is on spacebar. My auto run is on equals. Moving on. Of course, you know, left click or right click, standard stuff. Reload is on R. These are all of my loadout buttons. My pickaxe is on 1, weapon slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Now guys, for interacting with things, all right, for interacting with things, guys, you want to make sure, you really want to make sure that you've got it on either scroll wheel up or scroll wheel down. Guys, imagine you're going in for like a 50-50 off spawn with someone, yeah, and you're trying to get the gun. If you're here, yeah, let me just show you guys. If you're here spamming the scroll wheel, listen to that. If you're there spamming the scroll wheel, guys, the scroll wheel does thousands of inputs at once, guys. The person that's going up against you in the 50-50, they will not stand a chance, guys. Let me just tell you that for a fact. They will not stand a chance. The amount of times I've won a 50-50 going in for a gun against someone is uncountable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Alright guys, so you want to make sure you bind your used scroll wheel up or scroll wheel down, as literally anybody that goes against you won't stand a chance, unless they're on scroll wheel too, of course. Then it just comes down to who has the better mouse. Like literally. But anyways, let's go. Cultural building, I've got on control. Now guys, for my wall, floor, stairs and roof, I've got my wall on Z, my floor on X, my stairs on C, and my roof on V. Now you guys might be wondering, but I can clearly see you've got side buttons there on your wall and stairs. Now guys, I've actually got something to tell you. So when I first started this game, I was using ZXCV for building. It's what I got used to, it's what I always felt was comfortable, and it's what I felt like was the best for me. But now realizing, like guys, imagine when I'm building, I literally use one thumb, guys. Every single one of my building binds is done by one thumb. Just this thumb here, this one. Imagine guys, you know how much room for error that leaves. And I feel like when I'm building, my building can look a bit clunky sometimes like I placed the wrong builds, guys. It's not very often, but it can happen sometimes. So I've been trying to get used to having my side button as my wall, my side button as stairs. So my new and improved binds, when I actually get used to them, hopefully I'll have my side button as my wall, this one here. Hopefully you guys can see that. My side button as my wall, and my other side button, the one below, as my ramp. And then for my floor and my roof, I still keep them on X and V. This is so it just leaves, you know, less room for error. You know, having my building binds separated, it'll be a lot better and more consistent. That's actually what I recommend you guys use. Do not use ZXCV. It is not good to punish yourself for no reason and have all your building binds on one thumb, bro. Like just imagine everything this thumb has been through, bro. It's crazy. Anyways, moving on, my building edit, I've got down F. My scroll reset, if you guys actually want to bind your scroll reset, because it's very important, you have your building edit as obviously your button, then the secondary one you put it as your scroll wheel, and then for reset building edit you want to have it like this, guys. Now moving on, communication, these stuff don't really matter, so I'm just gonna go really quickly here, guys. If you want to copy it, go ahead. If you want to slow down the video, go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Yep. Let's go. All right, now these are more controller settings, guys. If you guys want to copy my controller settings for some reason, go ahead. I don't use controller too much. I used to use controller, actually. I used to be a controller player back in like chapter 1. Not anymore though. But here we go. Alright, moving on. Now guys, for controller platform, I've heard that generic is actually the best one. This is the one that all the controller players use. Their layout is generic. I'm not too sure what the benefits are too much though, because I've not really like invested much time into trying to figure it out, because you know I use keyboard and mouse. But you know, generic is the best one. All the pros use it. I've got friends that are really good on controller that use generic. Maybe it gives you less input delay, who knows. But for what I recommend, use generic. That's the only tip I can really give you on controller. And yeah, here are the rest of my settings. Moving on. Now guys, this doesn't really matter. If you want to copy it, go ahead, but this just is what it is. Now that's it for the settings, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please try those settings and let me know how they feel in the comment section down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video out. Road to 1K subs before the end of the year. And thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.